Here, we will take a look at the Data Mashup feature introduced in XLCubed version 9. In this video, we will use Data Mashup to bring together data from analysis services where we are holding the sales figures and from SQL Server where we have some associated material on the companies and their banking information. So, in the workbook, we have already defined a connection to analysis services and also one to SQL Server. We now need to find a way to bring these two sources together. To do this, I add a new connection and scroll down to Data Mashup. I then choose the two underlying sources that I wish to use, and once we've done that, we need to decide what kind of report we wish to create, and in this case, as it's a simple list type report, we'll choose Table. In the connection screen, we'll choose the Data Mashup as the source, and from here, we need to define each of the two queries. Let's start with the Analysis Services query. From the cube, we want to see a list of resellers, so we'll drag that onto rows and choose the members at the reseller level, which is the lowest level. On columns, we want to see some sales figures, so we'll drag measures across. And from here, we'll take reseller sales amount, reseller order quantity, and finally reseller tax amount. For filters, we'll use calendar date and also geography. We'll leave both these hierarchies blank for now. Now we need to define the SQL query. We want to use the reseller table, so we need to find that in the tree view and then drag that across to the main query window like so. The first field we'll use will be the reseller name, which will be our joining field with analysis services. The other fields used will be address 1, address 2, bank name, annual revenue, and finally year opened. We've now defined what is being returned from each of the two queries, so the next step is to outline how they are joined. So, when I click on the SQL query, I can click on the From drop-down and get a list of all the fields being returned from analysis services and pick reseller type. In the To drop-down, we see the SQL fields and we'll choose reseller name. This will create a join on those columns. And here we have our combined list. So on the left, we have information from analysis services, and across to the right, we have the more textual information returned from SQL Server. This can be dynamically tied back into hierarchies that exist in the cube through XLCubed slicers. So we'll insert a button slicer to filter the report by country in the geography hierarchy. Select the analysis services connection. We'll pick the geography hierarchy and then allow the user to choose one level down from all, which will be country. Choose button slicer, give it a title bar, and then click OK. We'll then change the sizing to suit. And I now need to create the link from the slicer to the table. So to do this, we right click and go to the design view of the table. We then double click on the analysis services connection. And from there, the process is the same as you're used to. Click on geography, add the slicer at the bottom, and click OK. So, I now have a dynamic filtered mashup report bringing together information from both analysis services and SQL Server at runtime.